Okay, so we've all got a lot of time on our hands, we're stuck indoors, so I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about some of my favourite kicks and how to perform them. We're going to be doing the Adkins power kicking tutorial. And today we're going to be learning the back kick. Okay, so there's two parts to your standard back kick, the way you would be taught it normally would. I'm here on my fighting stance, now ready to jab, cross, whatever. I'm going to step with my non-kicking leg, which is the front leg, just to the side. The reason I'm doing that is I'm opening up a clear line of sight from this leg straight into my opponent. It's not obstructed by my other leg. It's got a clear view, and a straight line is the quickest route. So a clear line of sight, I'm going to kick straight back with the heel straight there like that. I'm going to make sure I kick with my heel higher than my toes, and my knee, as you can see, is down. It's not up like this. You see what happens to my hip? When I lift my knee up into more of a side kick position, you can see that my hip changes position. You don't want that. It is a back kick, it's not a side kick. So you want to keep your hip down here and your back still kind of facing the pad. So from here, I'm pushing off the floor, but I'm keeping my hips in this position, facing away from my opponent, like that. It's still a back kick, and it's just a straight line, straight back into your opponent. The power in kicks comes from two places really. It comes from your hips, and it comes from the floor. Because the floor is always what you're going to be pushing off, whether it's a punch, whatever, it's always going to come first from the floor, and then from the hips, and everything else follows. So with the back kick, you've got to make sure that you don't set your back kick up and then chamber the knee and then kick. I basically took all the power that I had from pushing off the floor and I've wasted it by bringing the knee up and then throwing the kick. What you can do is you can push off the floor from here. I push off the floor, and as soon as I push off the floor, I go straight back into the kick. And I'm using the power from the floor, which doesn't move, to propel my heel into the target as quickly as possible. So from here, step across, look over the shoulder, and as soon as I push off the floor, bang, straight into that kick. So one more time. I'm in my fighting stance, I step across, I open up this kicking leg, clear line of sight, kick straight back with the heel. That's your perfect back kick. 3 movements. 1, 2, 3. Step across, back kick. Step across, back kick. Maybe you're here like this, and they can see that you're angling your back leg to come across this way. Now that's a telltale sign that from here you're fighting and that I'm looking to throw some sort of spinning kick or the back kick. You absolutely don't want to do that. Also, another telltale sign is if I'm here and I've stepped across, now you know I'm going to throw the kick. Yeah, you can see it coming. If you know what to look for, as soon as I've done that, you know what I'm going to do. So the idea is to disguise the fact that I'm going to throw this back kick. One of the ways to do that is to take the step out of it. From this position, what you need to do, you're just going to switch your feet like that. That's all you need to do. See here, you're fighting, and you switch. That's all you need to do. I'm fighting, I'm sparring, and I'm just going to switch legs like that. And if I can do that with enough speed and dexterity, then I can just turn it into a back kick. Bang. Keep your hat on, Bob, you stupid idiot. So from here, I'll move on sparring. Bang. That's your perfect back kick. Another thing you can do, but this would be telegraphing it, but you can kind of use it as a cheat. So when you step through, I can show the knee like I'm going to throw some sort of kick. I use that as a feint, and then I throw the back kick. Another variation of this kick that I like to do is the side kick back kick, which a lot of people don't expect. They figure you're just going to throw one kick. So if they decide to parry that, or just stay a little bit away from it, waiting for the opening. Obviously if your opponent just moves back, it's a difficult one to pull off. But if they think, oh, it's just going to be the one technique, I'll block that and I'll hit him. And you can follow up with the back kick, like so. Then of course what you can do is if you've been throwing a few of these back kicks, the opponent's probably he's getting the read that you're throwing these back kicks every time, and he's getting ready to cover up. He thinks he knows what's coming, and of course, bang, and then spin kick. So remember, back kick, not side kick, back kick. That's the most devastating kick in martial arts.